Gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the third and the final game of the day of Rangpur Riders Last Man Stands Dhaka League, powered by Boshundhara Group. And we're live and exclusive from a beautiful venue of cricket, Masko Shakib Cricket Academy. The cricket academy of the one all-rounder Shakib Al Hassan. And they have a beautiful ground for playing cricket. The first two games we have seen the chase of the runs. The first one was absolutely a one-sided game. There was also a low scoring total in the first innings. And in the second game, Dhaka Warriors was defeated by Heritage Sonargaon, and that was absolutely a nail-biting encounter. Heritage Sonargaon defended a very low total, which was 127. At least in the context of this ground, this is a very low total because we have seen 200s in a very often occasions. The game has been paused due to some unknown reasons. I reckon the scoring was the problem, and now that has been sorted out, so the game is about to be resumed soon. Let's see what happens. Stay with us. The second over begins with the single. It's Shajol, the left-handed fast bowler, is delivering the second over for Bando Designs, and the game is taking place between Heritage Cricketers and Bando Designs. Abul Hussain and Jani Alam Johnny are the opening batters for Heritage Cricketers. Well bowled, keeping it on the line of stumps from over the wicket. Mehbubullah Shajul. Punch towards the offside and picks up an easy single. Jani Alon Johnny gets his third run of the innings, and Abul Hussain. Short ball, and that has been crunched away over mid wicket for six. I love the shot. Hands on head for Shajul, but that was over the head of the fielder even. A lovely shot over mid wicket. A very good reflex, quick reaction, and the ball was powerful enough to clear the ropes. So, second over gone, it's 13 for none. That's gonna pin the air. Shouts of catch it! We can see whether the catch was taken, but as it seems to be No damage done. The batter, both of them are surviving, and that was a simple single. It's 14 for none after 2.1 over. That's gone down the leg side, but just might have brushed the pad. The batter was appealing for the wide, but the umpire remained unmoved. Gadget is the call, and yes, straight into the hands. Safe pair of hands in the deep. Only success for MD Tariq in his second over. First wicket falls down for Heritage Cricketers. It's 14 for 1. Alright, 2 and 2 for MD Tariq, and now he's on a hat trick. What an over is happening. The first ball, Shakil Haider comes and goes. Knocks him over immediately in the very first ball he faced. Shakil Haider is departing in bamboozle phase. He can't believe that he's gone, but he is actually gone. MD Tariq has knocked him over. 2 and 2. The hat-trick ball is coming up. Let's see, can he pick up the hat-trick or not? Right, the hat-trick ball is coming up. Faisal Ahmed will face the hat-trick delivery. Let's see. No, he can't pick up the hat-trick. Faisal Ahmed just punches it through the offside. All the men were inside the ring for this hat-trick delivery, but what an over this was. Couple of wickets. It's 14 for 2 after 3. The first ball has been shoved away, and the single gets picked up. It's 16 for 2 after 3.1 over. It was a low full toss. Couldn't make the full use of it. If we could connect this one well and place it as well, that could be a boundary, because the backward square leg region is absolutely vacant. So that was very much possible to do. Appeal, appeal, appeal! No said by the umpire. It's very much tough to say from this particular angle what has happened. It's very much difficult. The call is for the second. They're coming back. No, they didn't come back. Stayed with a single, and now the final delivery is coming up. So a single to end the fourth over. It's 19 for 2. Fifth over begins. Dabbed away towards third man. And picks up a single. So this is a very good start from TSports, being part in Bando Designs. Just 20 from the first 4.1 overs. They have kept them pushing and nudging. The third ball is coming up of the fifth over. It's 21 for 2. Thought of a run initially, but eventually went back to the crease. Relatively a slow start, because in the first two games we have seen around 30 runs have been scored in the first two overs. They were this much aggressive, but here from the first 5 overs we are not seeing at least 25 runs. So the last ball is coming up of the fifth over, and that will be faced by Johnny. Just drives it through the covers and picks up the single. So the 5 overs have been bowled. It's 23 for 2, and there will be a change in the commentary box as well. Samit Sadman Mirza will be joining in.
Over number 6 is an operation. Heritage Cricketers taking on Bando Design Limited. Heritage Cricketers not really doing that great a job with the bats in hand at the moment. And Yasin Hussain, the bowler, which we saw in the previous on this ground, we saw Dhaka Warriors. So unit, you got to try to get yourself to a there. For 2. Bando Design will be pretty happy with whatever they'll be hoping. For some reason, the score is probably not being updated in that point. Over number 7 begins. Mohammad Saidur Rahman is the bowler. Mohammad Saidur Rahman Kokon. He gets whipped away to the onside neatly there by Johnny Alam Johnny. And another single gets picked up. 29 for 2 at the moment. Heritage Cricketers. They have got to follow the pattern of Heritage Shonarga. Follow how they built up their innings, how they got to a fighting total. And they ended up defending it. Faisal Ahmed is also a very good batsman. So this partnership is of extreme importance to both the parties. And the bowling party will be hoping to break it quickly. On the other hand, the batting party will be hoping that it continues on for a fair amount of time. That should be another single. Bando Design need to make sure that there are no boundaries on offer. They need to make sure that there are only singles available for Heritage Cricketers, and after a point in time, that will force the batters into taking a risk. But right on cue is a poor delivery from Kokon, and Johnny Alam Johnny has deposited that out of the park for a sixer. It was a long hop, and Johnny Alam Johnny just helped it on its way for an easy 6. 36 for 2 now after 6.4. Final ball of this over. That will be a single, a productive over, that one. For Heritage Cricketers, 7 overs gone, they're 37 for 2. Short delivery, and that's been pulled away again. This is magnificent stuff here. Johnny Olam Johnny is really starting to get into the groove. Shahidul Islam, new bowler, comes on, delivers a long hop, and Johnny Olam Johnny cashes in. That's the second sixer for him within the space of 3 deliveries. This is what Bando had to avoid, but this is exactly what Heritage needed. Little push to the offside now, obviously, to back up that sixer. 44 runs on the board now after 7.2. Things are starting to look a bit brighter now for Heritage cricketers, just like the weather. Faisal Ahmed is on strike, 6 of 10. Little push to the offside, another single that takes him through to 7 of 11. Eight runs already have come from this over. 2 more balls to go. Will they be content with 2 more singles, or will they look to go even bigger? That's cut away uppishly through the offside. That will only be a single. 9 runs off the over thus far. And here comes the final ball of over number 8. And that's the end of over number 8. 10 came from it, 47 for 2. Yasin Hussain into second over now. And the 9th over of this innings has started off with a single. This is good stuff from these 2 batters, especially from Johnny, who has hit a couple of sixes in the past couple of overs. He swung that one away. Will he complete the hat trick? Yes, he will. Another sixer from Johnny Olam Johnny's bat. 50th for Heritage cricketers, and Johnny has suddenly flicked a switch here. His hittings at least 1 6 per over. It does not matter which kind of bowler you throw in front of him. He is taking them down through the onside. That's the 3rd 6 in the last 3 overs. 54 for 2. That's a dot, though. It's a nice comeback from Pinku. Johnny has moved on to 34 from just 23 deliveries, courtesy of those 3 sixes, is it? Very recently. Flatter delivery, shot a full-in ball from the bowler, obviously compensating for the full-length error that he had made a couple of deliveries ago, where he was deposited out of the park. So push through quicker delivery, and Johnny gets just a single. Another push through quicker ball, punched away nicely off the back foot by Faisal Ahmed. That will be another single, another productive over for the cricketers after 9. They are 56 for 2. Shahidul Islam, who conceded 10 in his first over, has started off his second one with a dot. Good delivery to Faisal Ahmed, who is on 10 from 15. He might consider getting a move on as well. Slaps that one away through the offside. It will just be a single. He's been peppering that zone, has been Ahmed, but he's been only getting singles. Nicely played away by Johnny. And he has picked up a boundary now. Plays the ball to perfection, did Johnny. Now he has a boundary in his list as well. Nothing stopping him at this point in time. He is on a rampage. It's raced down to 39 from 25. And on the back of his innings, the cricketers are starting to look good. Now shuffling in his crease. Then a little dab to the offside for a single. Final ball of the 10th over now coming up. Faisal Ahmed to face up. Will he look to go big? He's dragged it away to the onside, and he has found the gap as well. So finally, Faisal has a boundary. 10 gone. Heritage cricketers are moving along very nicely now. They're 66 for 2. And for the next 5 overs, you'll be hearing Alif Tasneem's voice.
Thank you, Sadman. It's 66 for 2 after 10 overs. Johnny is absolutely having a firework here with the bat. The first delivery, he drives it through the covers and gets a boundary here. As I was saying, he's having a firework here. The firework continues for Johnny. He picks up the boundary in the very first ball of the 11th over, and that was a very delightful cover drive. Faisal Ahmed is his partner, who came down to bat after the second wicket and faced the hat-trick delivery in the third over. There's a bottom edge, and that has rolled on to the backward point. Another easy single. Of the pads. A dot delivery, the bowler himself collects it. No chance of a run. This time he swings it, plays it up in the air, and gets caught in the deep. Brilliant work at long off. Begging pardon, long on. And that was a very well judged catch. Another breakthrough as soon as my rival, Faisal Ahmed, goes big and gets caught. Third wicket falls down. Heritage cricketers, they're jubilated because the big partnership has been broken. So, it's 71 for 3 after 11. Over number 12 begins with a single. Johnny Alum Johnny is getting closer to his half century, and if he hits that, he has to go back to the pavilion as per the rule of last man stands cricket. If a batter hits 50, then he has to go for the rest, and a new batter will have to replace him. So if he leaves the crease, then it will be a matter of concern for heritage cricketers, because he was the one who was fighting for the sake of his team. Goes up in the air, shouts of catch it! But again lands safe. Cuts it away, and again finds the same fielder. So 12th gone, it's 75 for 3. First ball of the 13th over, they're looking for a 2. It's all action here! And eventually they made their ground. Just dabs it down to third man and picks up a single. Johnny Alum Johnny gets closer to his 50, and Farhad Ahmed comes down the pitch, was looking to hit it away, but a bottom edge was induced, which didn't allow the batter to take the ball. He has connected this one, and that has cleared the rope. That's gone well over mid wicket for 6. Lovely shot. Very good use of feet, getting down and then just thumping it over mid wicket. The last ball of the 13th over is coming up. After being hit a 6, let's see what Saidul Islam does. Oh, such a nice comeback. Lovely delivery. So 13th gone, it's 84 for 3. On the pads, takes a single. In the first ball of the 14th over, SM Farhad Ahmed. Right, so first runs for Nasir ibn Shahid. And it's seeming like we're not heading towards a high scoring affair because it's 86 for 3. But this time, it's going to be a high score from a single ball you can take. There's a pick 6 over Kalkona. Exquisite slog sweep, getting down off his knees, and very good swing of the bat, good connection. Maximum for Farhad Ahmed. Single immediately after hitting a 6, which brings Nasir ibn Shahid to the strike. Another single should be picked up easily, which will end the over number 14. It's 94 for 3. Crunches it through the offside. The first ball of the 15th over. Nasir ibn Shahid and SM Farhad Ahmed. Yasin Hussain Pinku has done a pretty decent job with the ball. Considered 16 from 2.2 overs, but relatively expensive than the other bowlers. That is a good shot. And that brings a boundary here. With that boundary, the 100 comes up for Heritage Cricketers. It's 1 for 3, and the last ball of the 15th over is coming up. Let's see how they do accelerate the innings. Keeps the strike with the single. 15th gone, it's 1 or 2 for 3, and there will be the change in the commentary box. Samit Sadban Mirza will be joining in.
The 16th over begins with a big appeal and a chance of a run out as well. Saidul Islam, the bowler, coming on to bowl his third over. He was very good in his first couple. Gave away 14 and picked up a wicket as well. Farhad Ahmed and Nasir Ibn Shahid, the two batters out there. 1 or 2 for 3 Heritage Cricketers. They have recovered quite well, and they'll be hoping for a strong finish now. That's played away through the onside. Oh, the fielder has messed it up. What should have been a single has turned into a boundary. Heritage Cricketers won't mind that. In fact, they would be absolutely thrilled by that. A boundary for them, 3 extra runs. And you never know, if this game gets tight, we just might be looking at that very moment as the deciding factor. 3 extra runs could end up costing your side the match. Whips it away to the onside as Farhad Ahmed was batting magnificently now, 24 of 13. 107 on the ball, 3 wickets down. Heritage Cricketers, remember, had a pretty slow start. After 5, they're 27 for 2. But they've recovered magnificently. Johnny Alam Johnny was brilliant. Farhad now doing a pretty good job as well. Beautiful delivery from Saidul Islam, and he has nicked out Nasir Ibn Shahid. That's number 4 down for the Cricketers, and that's wicket number 2 for Saidul Islam Babu, a brilliant outswinger, and takes the outside edge of Nasir Ibn Shahid's bat. After 15.4, the Cricketers are 107 for 4. Rafiqul Islam Ahad is the new man out there. Babu will be hoping to knock him over as well. And it's a dot. It's a fantastic gun to the over from Babu. 16 gone. The cricketers move on to 107 for 4. Over number 17 begins. Has been whipped away. Poor delivery, and Farhad cashes in. Mahibullah Shajol strays onto the pads and beautifully worked away by Farhad Ahmed for a boundary. And that's a sixer. What a shot from Farhad Ahmed. Mahibullah Shajol is being taken apart here by Farhad. A boundary and then a massive sixer. Brilliant start to the 17th over for the Heritage Cricketers and Farhad Ahmed. Short delivery pulled away by Farhad Ahmed, and that's been pulled away magnificently for another sixer. 4, 6, and 6. This is magnificent stuff from Farhad Ahmed. He is absolutely destroying Mahibullah Shajol here. Little nudge to the onside. Finally, the bleeding has stopped. 17 of the over this far. What an innings from Ahmed here. 42 of 18 not out. He is giving the cricketers' innings the much needed impetus, and this might propel their total over the 150 mark. Drags it to the onside, and that should be a single. 17 gone, 126 for 4. A single to start off over number 18, Saidul Islam Babu into his final over. He produced a brilliant over previously and he'll be hoping to repeat the dose. He even got a wicket. And he'll be hoping to nick out Farhad Ahmed, who has played an absolute blinder. Whipped away powerfully. Falls short of deep mid-wicket. That will be a single. 2 balls, 2 singles. Good start to the over from Babu. Rafiqul Islam Ahad now back on strike. He needs to join in the party, but it's a dot. A brilliant delivery from Saidul Islam Babu. Quick delivery. And the ball slid through, but unfortunately it's a little ill-directed, and that's why it's been signalled as a wide by the umpire. The line and length was pretty good, but unfortunately it was just put wide. There's the big hit from Ahad. It's a chance for a couple. Another sloppy piece of fielding there from a Bando design outfielder. It's not cost them anything though, it's just a single. 130 for 4. 12 more balls to go now. For Farhad Ahmed, 43 from 19. There was a chance, a brilliant diving effort by the fielder deep square leg. Unfortunately, spilt it. But it's just a single. It's been a fine over number 18 from Babu. And another good delivery and a fine over. 18 gone, 132 for 4.
Nineteenth over is getting commenced. It's Rafiqul Islam Ahad. On the strike, comes down the track and gets castled up. Absolutely a soft dismissal. Completely missed the line of the ball. Yasin Hussain Pinku picks up his first wicket. So here's the fall of the 5th wicket. It's 132 for 5. Well, it's 139 for 5 after 18.4 overs. The last ball has been driven through the covers. So, over number 19 gets concluded. It's 140 for 5. Knocks him over in the very first ball of the last over. Success for MD Tariq once again. Third wicket. So Johnny Alam Johnny just comes and goes. And now, another half centurion for Had Ahmed will come down to the middle. That's it. Another one. 2 and 2 for MD Tariq. And he's on a hat trick. He's on a hat trick now. The call is for the second because the last man standing and he cannot take a single. No single, no tries. Either a double or a boundary or an over boundary. That's what he's attempting. Now he's trying to come back for the second. And yes, he has made it. The wicket keeping is absolutely not out of the up to the mark, but that's gone up in the air. The wicket keeper is getting down, and yes, he has taken the catch. So the last man is also been dismissed of Heritage Cricketers. It's 142 for 7. Is their total. So the target for Bando Designs Limited would be 143. Let's see. Can they chase it down or not? We will be right back with the live commentary and the broadcast of the second innings. Till then, stay with us. Welcome back, folks, to the run chase of the third and the final game of the day. It's playing between Bando Designs and Heritage Cricketers. Bando Designs chasing a total of 143. The first ball produced a single, so was the second delivery. Just tucks it down the corner and brings up a single. Shagur Siddiqui and Shahid Hussain are the batters. With an offer, and that has been punished away for 4 runs. First boundary of the innings, and first boundary for Shagur Siddiqui as well. Wide delivery, and he absolutely latched onto that one. Johnny Alon Johnny did exceedingly well with the bat, and now opening the bowling for Heritage Cricketers. Scored a 50, went back to the pavilion, then returned to bat for the second time, and so the last ball that's been nudged away for a single. So 8 from the first over. It's 8 for none. So the second over begins, and begins with a single. It's Nasser ibn Shahid to bowl the second over. Such a nice delivery on the channel. And going fuller. Outside edge, and that'll run away. Lucky but gets the boundary. Shagur Siddiqui moves on to 11, and the team total moves up to 14, and this has been a pretty decent start for. And that has gone for another boundary here. It's raining boundaries here at Moscow Shakib Cricket Academy. It's Shagor Siddiqui once again. "18 runs already have come from 1.3 overs. They at least need to score 20 or more than 20 in order to keep the high strike rate. Just stared down to the third man for another single. So now it's time to see how Shahada he faces Nasser ibn Shahid. Just flicks it away and ends the over with a single. So it's 20 for none after 2 overs. So over where he can foot and just punches it through the side. They were eyeing for the second run, but the fielder was quick enough to reach the ball and send it back. Stays with a single. Here comes the fourth ball, which he played it so very nicely and takes it to the fence for 4 runs. He knew exactly that the zone is absolutely vacant. That is the reason why he deliberately stayed the ball. Picked up about none. A vociferous appeal to start the fourth over. Rafiqul Islam Ahad begins the over with an appeal, even though that was not being responded by the umpire. Shagur Siddiqui is going smooth right from the word go. Boundaries and over boundaries in a quick succession. But his partner Shahad Hussain has not been much animated like him. Picks up a single and gives back the strike to Shagur Siddiqui. There's a bottom edge. Even though a single gets picked up. The fourth over gone, it's 35 for none. The first ball of the fifth over has gone for one by. The catch was the call, even though it wasn't catchable. The third ball of the fifth over is coming up. Another dot delivery, so a couple of dot deliveries in this over. Muhammad Misbahur Rahman lifts it up in the air and gets it through. Another boundary for Bando Designs. A lovely pickup shot from Shahadat Hussain. He is also now freeing his arms. So a single to end the fifth over. It's 41 for none. So there will be a change in the commentary box as well. Samit Sadban Mirza will be joining in.
Over number 6 begins now. Bando designer off to a very good start, 42 for none, thanks to that wide from Rafiqul Islam Ahad. Shagor Siddiqui is on fire, 27 of 13, and Shahadat Hussain is giving him company, 14 from 14. Pushes it away, and he will sneak in a single there, will Shahadat Hussain. 43 runs on the board, 100 more runs needed, which means the target is 143. 100 needed of 74 deliveries. Dabs it down to third man to Shagwal Siddiqui. He'll pick up a single. 44 for none now after 5.2. Another little push to the offside. Another single gets picked up. And the strike gets rotated. It's a fine start from Bando Design. That's exactly what they would have been after. Oh, gets beaten on the outside edge there, Shagwal Siddiqui. Almost lost his wicket. Rafiqul Ahad with a pitcher for delivery. Almost got the huge wicket of Shagor. But Shagwal Siddiqui survives. Final ball of over number 6 now coming up. Swung away to the onside by Shagor Siddiqui. End of over number 6, 46 for none, Bando Design. Swung away to the onside, over number 7 starts. With a single, 47 on the board now. Shahadat Hussain on strike, 16 of 16. Shagor Siddiqui has been the main aggressor, 30 of 17. He's batted really well. Muhammad Misbah ur Rahman is the bowler. Huge appeal against Shahadat Hussain. Turned down by the umpire. It's a dot ball. It's a quicker delivery from Misbah. Shahadat just jabbed his bat down on that one, and he will only get a single. 48 on the board now. 95 more runs needed of 67 deliveries. So it's a 28 ball gap. Bando will be hoping to bring it down quickly. Neatly glanced away there by Siddiqui. Should be able to pick up an easy couple of runs, and that will be 50 up for Bando Design. 50 for none and 6.4. A pretty good start this for them in the pursuit of 143 runs. Final ball of Misbah's over. Coming up. And a single gets picked up. 7 gone, 51 for none. Shagur Siddiqui is playing one heck of an innings here. He's on 33 from 19. Shahadat has been pretty slow, 17 of 18, but it's been giving him company. And as a result, this partnership has blossomed. 51 for none after 7. Heritage cricketers are in need of a wicket here. 92 of 65 is the equation. A 27 ball differential. Bando will be hoping to bring it down quickly, and Heritage cricketers will be hoping to widen the gap as much as possible. Abul Hussain is getting ready to deliver now. Can Abul Hussain deliver the goods for Heritage cricketers? .92 of 65, the equation. Nice breeze blowing here. Turned into a very bright and sunny day. A single to start off over number 8, an Abul spell. Things are progressing at a pedestrian rate at this point in time. Not much action in the middle. The batters are not really trying anything fancy. The bowling side also keeping things as per basic. Waiting for something to break here. Another single. 90 of 63, the equation. They need to play around with this, Heritage cricketers. We saw how Heritage Shonarga defended 127 runs magnificently in the previous game against the mighty Dhaka Warriors. And Heritage cricketers will be hoping to follow suit. Bando Design, though, will be having other ideas. Nicely dabbed away there by Shagur Siddiqui. Now the single. It's a stalemate at this point out there. The batters are happy to nurdle the ball around the park and pick up the easy singles. And the fielding side are also happy that They're in the game. It's a 27-ball differential, so they're in the game. Another little push to the offside, another little single. The anticipation is building. At the moment, both the batters are content to push the ball around. Shagor Siddiqui, though, had enough. He charged down the pitch. And he missed the ball completely. A very good over from Abul Hussain. This is what they got to do. Singles and dots. Nothing more than that. That's got to be the motto for heritage cricketers. That will build pressure. That will bring out the false strokes. 8 overs gone. Bando designer 55 for none. 88 of 60. Now the differential stands at 28 deliveries. The 9th over has now begun. Nasir Ibn Shahid was expensive in his first over, conceded 12, but it started off nicely with the dot ball. You can see the buzz building up here amongst heritage cricketers. They know that the pressure is starting to build. Shahadat shimmies down the pitch. They are trying to break free. This is very good stuff here from the cricketers, and the fielders are shouting in words of encouragement for the bowlers. They're telling them to keep things tight, and the false strokes will come, the wickets will come, and that's true. Shagor Siddiqui drags it away to the onside. That will just be another single. You can sense the tension starting to build up here. You can sense that the batting side are in need of a release stroke, a release over, to break free from the sudden shackles they find themselves in. Pulled away by Shahadat. It will only be a single. Singles are being cheered on by the fielding side. They know that the singles are not enough at this point in time. For Bando design, singles won't win them the game. They need to break free. They need something to release them from the shackles. Siddiqui has hit that one away powerfully, and he has connected for a much needed boundary for himself and Bando design. A good finish to the over. Shahid lets his side down again. 9 done. Bando design move on to 62 for none. So the differential now stands at 26 deliveries. It's come down thanks to that boundary. It's a pretty good over. It was actually a very good over up until that point. 4 balls with 3 runs conceded. Just needed to get out of the over, but unfortunately he could not do it. Even then, 7 runs is below par. They would take that. 81 and 55, they would take that. Shahada Hussain now really needs to start playing some shots. Yeah, 21 of 23 just not good enough at this point. He has played second fiddle to Shagor Siddiqui's main act, but now he needs to start conjuring up his own act. Over number 10 begins. Abul Hussain to Shahadat, who is happy to knock it away to the onside and rotate. Thinking about the second, they're coming. They're coming. It was a tight second run, but I think Shahadat has completed it. Yes, he has. 9.1 done, 64 for none. Played away to the offside there. That will be a single. 65 for none after 9.2. Shagor Siddiq swung away to the onside by Siddiqui, and that should be a couple of runs. Can they come back? No, it's just a single. Shahadat Hussain plays that one away through the offside. And he will get another single. 6 to 7 runs on the board now after 9.4. 41 of 25 is Shagor Siddiqui, and 25 of 26 is Shahadat. That's been a pretty pedestrian knock from him. Needs to make up. Shagor Siddiqui shimmies down the pitch and drills it straight and hard, and he will get another boundary to finish off over number 10. He keeps on being the lead actor in this drama for Bando Design. 10 done, they're 71 for none. And they need 72 of the final 10 overs with all wickets intact. So after 10.1, 71 for none at this point in time. Shahadat Hussain on strike now, and Nasir ibn Shahid, the bowler, has been rather expensive this far. After 2.1, he has conceded 19, so he needs to get his act right. Hussain sneaks in another single. 72 on the board now. That's been hit away by Shagor Siddiqui. It will only be a single, 73 for none after 10.3. Heritage cricketers are badly in need of a strike here to lift themselves up. Bando Design are doing this very nicely. Actually, Shagor Siddiqui is doing this very nicely. Shahadat needs to up the ante. Nasir ibn Shahid into his third over. He'll be hoping for a strike here. Chance of a run out. And the run out has been executed. Shahadat Hussain has been run out. His pedestrian knock has come to an end. 26 of 28. And this is exactly what Heritage cricketers needed. Shahadat Hussain has been run out. Shagor Siddiqui has to retire after 50. That will mean 2 new batters, and that will give Heritage cricketers a chance to come back into the game. 73 for 1 after 10.4. Brilliant piece of fielding from Shahid. Mohammad Tariq Miru, the new man out there. It's a dot to start off his innings. 11 gone. A good over for Bando for Heritage cricketers. Bando Design after 11, a 73 for 1. And they need 70 of 45. Now the differential stands at 25 balls. Over number 12 begins. Faisal Ahmed, the bowler, into his first over, was hit so hard that he almost got run out in the process of completing a single. Was hit vociferously hard, but it's only a single. Hmm. 76 for 1 after 11.2. Bando. It's a good ball from Faisal Ahmed. Beats the outside edge of Shagor Siddiqui's bat. And that's a dot ball. 11.3 gone. 76 for 1. 6-7 of 42 is the equation. Heritage cricketers will be hoping to keep the squeeze going. Shagor Siddiqui, though, has launched that into orbit. And he has cleared the park. What a magnificent way to bring up your 50. A massive sixer from the bat of Shagor Siddiqui. 53 of just 30 balls. A magnificent knock from him. He has now got to go back to the hut as he have to retire in Illinois after scoring a 50. 82 for 1 after 11.4. He would be hoping that he has done his job and his teammates can finish the rest of it. Saidul Islam Babu is the new man out there and is off the mark. 12 done. Bando move on to 83 for 1. Pushed away to the offside there by Saidul Islam. He's facing up to Rafiqul Islam Ahad, who is into his third over. In his first couple of overs, he only gave away 9 runs. So he's having a good he's having a good day with the ball in hand, and he'll be hoping to pick up a wicket or two. 59 of 39. 7 wickets in hand. 58 of 38 now. With that single. The equation in favor of the batting side, you'll have to say. But you never know. We saw in the previous game how quickly the game changed, how quickly the game turned, how quickly things changed. So you gotta believe, as the bowling side, it's still a 20-ball differential. Yes, it is. It has come down. It is coming down. But the man who was mainly responsible for the carnage, Shagor Siddiqui, is no longer out there. He is retired. So you got 2 new batters out there. You really need to put in the squeeze. And you need to try and put on the brakes. 86 for 1, just 3 singles this far. Make that 4 singles in 4 balls. 56 of 36 now is the equation. Final ball of over number 13 now coming up. And it will just be another single. A good over there. 13 gone. Bando design move on to 88 for 1. Finally, over number 14 has commenced. And we get a single to kick things up. Singles galore at this point in time. The game's on a knife edge. 54 of 34. Misbah is the bowler right now, and Tariq Miru is the batter. And the two batters will know that they need to break free sooner rather than later. A lot of words of encouragement are being thrown at the bowler, Misbah. Oh, what a beautiful delivery. Saidul Islam Babu has been castled, and Misbah gets the wicket. This is exactly... Saidul Islam tried to break free, but he could not break free. Now he has to go back to the hut and think about that silly shot he played. But Misbah will be over the moon that he has bagged the second wicket for his side. And this will give his cricketers a lot of hope. No, the equation is 53 of 32. I think we're in for a nail-biting finish, just like we had in the previous game. So Shaidul Islam is the new man out there. Mohammad Misbah is the bowler, lefty to lefty. But Shaidul, facing his first ball, decides to not take part in any kind of shenanigans. Just neatly tucks it away to the onside and kicks off his innings. Tariq Miru now. Tariq Miru is on strike now. And he has flayed that one away through the offside, but it will only be a single. A successful over from Misbah comes to an end. 14 gone, Bando are 92 for 2. Abul Hussain to bowl over number 15, and it's a dot. This is very good pressure from heritage cricketers. Bando design need to break free quickly, otherwise they would be facing the similar fate as faced by Dhaka Warriors in the previous game. 51 of 29, it's starting to get tight, it's starting to get tense. Tariq Miru knows that he needs to break free. He's a very experienced campaigner. And he has executed that shot magnificently. Shot and wide outside the off stick. He threw his hands at that one, and he has picked up a much needed boundary for himself and his side. That would hopefully get him going. 47 now of 28 balls. Still, it's tight. A couple of wickets here would make things really, really tough for Bando. And if you're heritage cricketers, you are after the wicket of Tariq Miru. You need this guy out. He's a big hitter. He's a very experienced campaigner. He can win the game here for Bando. Abul Hussain. Oh, that's another boundary. Sloppy piece. It seemed like a boundary. No, it's just a single. Thanks to my co-commentator Alif for the clarification. Sometimes the camera angles are not clear enough, so apologies for that error. It's just a single. Shaidul Islam is now on strike, facing up to the left armour, Abul. Just nicely opens the face of the bat, runs it down with third man, picks up another single. 46 of 27 now, the equation. A 19-ball differential. This is turning out to be another thriller of a game. This one is going down to the wire as well, just like we saw in the previous game between the Warriors and Heritage Shunargan. Final ball of over number 15. What will Tariq Miru try to do? He will come down the pitch. He will drive it away through the offside. And he will just get a single. 15 done. 99 for 2, and now you'll hear the voice of Alif Tasneem.
Thank you, Sadman, for handing me over the microphone. The 16th over begins with a single that has been nudged down the ground, and with that single, 100 comes up for Bando Design Limited. They're needing 43 out of 24 deliveries, and as it appears to be, it's going to be a very close contest between these two teams. Bando Design needs to be bit more watchful than Dhaka Warriors, because we have seen these sort of close encounters was lost by the batting side for their whimsical decisions. I hope they will not repeat the same thing as Dhaka Warriors did in the previous game. MD Tariq and Shahidul Islam, the batters, were out there in the middle. MD Tariq has spent more time than Shahidul, who is a relatively new batter. Swings it hard, doesn't really connect it, nevertheless picks up a single. 42 to get from 22 deliveries. They need boundaries. As simple as that. Singles and doubles will not be fruitful options for them. It's 1 or 2 for 2. And here comes the swing, but just produces a single. So 16th over is done and dusted. It's 1 or 3 for 2. First ball has been crunched away, and that has reached the fence so very quickly. And such a nice start for Bando Design in the 17th over. Back of the length delivery, the batter got ample time to win back to the back foot and just punch it through the cow corner. Goes for the drive, edges in, finds another boundary, back-to-back boundaries for Bando Design Limited, just over the wanted. 8 runs from the first 2 balls, and now they're absolutely flying. It's Shahidul Islam who has picked up a couple of boundaries in the first 2 balls of the 17th over. Well, this was absolutely a fortunate boundary for Bando Design as well as Shahidul. He was looking to drive it away, got a thick edge, and the fielder at third man was more squarer. That's why he didn't have the chance to cover the ground and cut off the ball. So yeah, that was a bit wider. Nevertheless, a good comeback by the bowler. After being hit for a couple of boundaries, you need to keep your head cool, and that is what he's trying to do. Thought of a run. The wicket keeper was in the business. It is the third and the final game of the day between Heritage Cricketers and Bando Design. After winning the toss earlier in the day, Heritage Cricketers decided to bat first. Now they're looking for a couple here. Stayed with the single eventually. So that concludes the over number 17. It's 112 for 2. Right, thought of a run in the very first ball. He went out of his crease, now came back. Right, the bowler is having a bit of cramp, just stretching out. In the meantime, the batters are having a little bit of chit chat in between themselves. As soon as the game resumes, we will be back. Just punches it. They're looking for a couple in here as the game resumes, and yes, they have made their ground and they're looking for the tries as well. So it's 1-1, 4 for 2 after 17.2 overs, 29 to get from 13. This over is the crucial one. Let's see how many runs remain for the last 2 overs. Another single. So the equation becomes 28 to get from 12 deliveries. Big swing of the bat, huge appeal for the stumping. The response is negative from the umpire once again, so Bando Designs, they'll be happy, but Heritage cricketers will be more happy as it is a dot ball, a very precious dot ball. Once again, a similar shot, a similar work by the wicketkeeper as well behind the stump. So 18th over gone, it's 115 for 2. So 18th over gone. The first ball played up in the air. There was a shout for catching it, but landing short. So 9 to get. Begging pardon, 27 to get from the last 9 deliveries. It won't be a cakewalk for Bando Design Limited. Let's see, but I reckon Heritage cricketers are in the upper hand now. Nevertheless, they have a couple of set batters in the middle. They would try to bludgeon the ball out of the park at any circumstance. Again comes down the pitch. Can't manage to connect the ball. Another dot one. So 27 to get from 8 deliveries now. It's getting tighter. It's getting interesting. Although I reckon Bando Design are on the back foot now. Let's see whether they can change the pendulum of the game. Alright. So he didn't deliver the ball at the very last moment. That's what the bowlers do usually to expose the intention of the batter. Now let's see what the batter does. This time he connects. The shouts of catch it, but no one is there to catch this one as it sails over mid-wicket for 6. Absolutely a welcome over boundary for Bando Design Limited, and they're still in the game now. It's 21 to catch from 7 deliveries, and he was trying to play the shot from the last 3 deliveries. We have seen him to come down the pitch to step out and have a big swing of the bat, and this time the swing has been connected so sweetly as it sails over. The next ball is coming up. Again he swings, but this time the wicket keeper was down the wicket because he was stepping out. There can be a run-out chance, but the throw was absolutely a poor one. That was very much wide of the stumps and wide of the wicket keeper as well. That's the reason why the batter got ample time to reach the fence. Not the fence, in fact, reach the line. So a couple of runs have been picked up, and now it's 19 to get from the last 6. As I already said, it's going to be a nail-biting encounter, I reckon, even though Heritage cricketers were in a better position in my eyes. Let's see what happens. The last ball is coming up of the 19th over. This can be a crucial delivery. If they can pick up a boundary on this, then they will be in the game, still in the game. Let's see, the last ball. Drives it, they will get just a single. So 18 to get from the last over. Right, the all-important, interesting final over is about to begin. The first ball, it will be Faisal Ahmed. Swings it, shots of catches, the ball has gone up in the air. What happened there? Right, there is a big controversy. The fielders think they have saved it. The betting side think that's a 6. Right, it's all happening. It's all intense moment here in the crowd. Let's see what decision comes from the umpire. Alright, the debate goes on. The batting side is claiming that's a 6, and the bowling side is saying no, that's not a 6. So the umpire is the ultimate authority to decide what has happened, and he has signaled this one as a boundary. So 4 runs in the first ball. Swings it again and get the 6er. Oh my God, what a shot that is! 10 from the first 2 deliveries, and now 8 to get from the 3 deliveries. My words! It's MD Tarek who is winning it for Bando Design Limited. My goodness! I don't know what to say. I mean, this is the beauty of cricket. This is the intensity of cricket. This is the excitement of cricket. That's what you can expect from the nail-biting outings, nail-biting encounters. I'm just shivering. My voice is shivering to commentate in these sort of circumstances. It's anyone's game now. 8 to get, 3 balls to go. MD Tarek, the danger man, is on strike. Let's see, where does Faisal Ahmed go? The important delivery is coming up. He has swung it. He has connected it. And he has had a over boundary. My words. Bando Design Limited are on the verge of winning this one. That's another sixer. Boy, oh boy. MD Tarek, what are you doing? This is absolutely top stuff. Move to 39 from 22 deliveries, but what a final over we are witnessing here at Moscow Shakib Cricket Academy. Absolutely wonderful, absolutely belligerent. So it's 2 from 2. It's nervousness, it's tension all around. I don't think it's all over, it still is possible. But let's see. Yes, here's the single. So it's 1-1. They were eyeing for the second due to that misfield as well. Nevertheless, it's a very easy job for Bando Design right now. One to get from one delivery. Just a simple task. Push it through the offside or onside or any side of the ground, whatever you like. Just take a single. Just cross over the 22 yards and it will be all done. Slight conversation in between two batters. It is the delivery of nervousness. It's jitters all around. Here comes the final delivery. And that's the victory for Bando Design. What a game. What an encounter we have had. Absolutely fascinating. They're just rushing out of their dressing room and celebrating their victory. Yes, that is the Shizda. Saying thanks to the Almighty Allah. That's the time for celebration for Bando Design Limited. That's the best game of the day we have had so far. It's Bando Design who wrap up the things in such a majestic fashion. Completely outstanding. It's magnificent. It's wonderful. What a game. What a game of cricket. Nail-biting finish. And eventually jubilation for the Bando Design fans. So that's the end of the exciting game. Bando Design have won it in such a good fashion. So that's all from here. We will be right back. Till then, stay with us. Stay safe. Goodbye.